Hello again and welcome to another edition of Suds and Country. Hi, I'm Herb Suds and welcome to the show. We're at Misty Mountain Farms in Tewksbury, New Jersey today, and Charlie is standing next to me. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm very well today.
It's good to see you. Good to meet you. Tell us the principal operation of Misty Mountain.
Well, what we do in the spring is we make maple syrup, and we have to have certain climatic conditions. We need some cold nights and warm days that are brought about by spring, and what that does is it starts to bring the sap up in the trees and gives us a good run of sap. What we do then is take the sap, we have to boil it down, we have to filter it, we have to bottle it, and then we have a usable product for our customers. We work about 110 taps here right now. We have another farm that brings us some sap, and
It's a big business up this way?
well, it's a growing business.
How long have you been doing it, Charlie?
This is the 5th year I've been making syrup.
How many gallons, how many gallons is it? Can I ask you that? How many gallons do you make?
Well, we're shooting for like about 30 gallons this year, and but 30 gallons of that takes about 1,500 gallons of sap.
Oh, man. You got to go that much. It boils down that much.
The ratio is about 45 or 50 to 1, and the sugar content's low this year, so it's a lot more boiling this year.
Well, Charlie, I see you brought us up to a collection point here of the syrup. Tell us more about how that collection, where it all comes to the can.
What this is it's a line, and it's connected to about 20 different taps that are up on the mountain. There's a few requirements for the trees. You need a tree that's 10 inches in diameter to tap at once. That's to put one tap in it. And then for every 4 more inches in diameter, you can put another tap in the tree. Some of our larger trees we have 3 taps in, and you can put up to 4 or 5 in if you want.
How high does the tap have to be off the ground?
Normally the tap is 3 or 4 feet. We kind of judge it so we can get a gravity flow down the mountain.
And how deep is that tap into that tree?
The tap is about just about 3/4 of an inch, just past the bark.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where the lymph system in a person, the sap flows right behind the bark.
How many miles of tubing do you have here?
Well, our tubing's in feet, but it's a couple thousand feet of tubing on all our lines.
Good. All right. Well, Charlie, what process are we standing next to now as far as the syrup is concerned?
Right now, what we're doing is we're bringing the sap. We work with another farm, and he collects the sap similar to the way we do, and then he brings it over on his tank and his tanker and runs it into our collection tank. We work with gravity here, so we don't need pumps, so it's gravity feeding from the yellow tank into the pipe, and then it'll run into our collection tank, and from there what we do is we take it inside to the sugar house.
Okay. Just a curiosity question. How long does it take from the time it reaches the tank to the time it reaches the table over there with filled in a bottle?
Anywhere from about a day to 2 days.
Wow. How long does it take to cook?
About that time. As soon as it's finished cooking, it's ready to be bottled.
All right. Well, we're going to go watch it cook for a while.
That's correct.
Well, Pam, what's this cooking vat do here?
Well, this is where we cook the syrup. This is where we make it. It comes in from outside in the big storage tank, and as it comes in, it filters around all the while, boiling off the water and leaving us with the sugar, which is what makes it taste so good. It takes about 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. And hopefully, if all's working well, it'll cook off at about the rate of 20 gallons an hour.
Wow.
And it filters all through the system and comes into the final pan, which is where we wait until it becomes syrup.
And how long does it take to be in the final pan before it becomes syrup?
Probably about a day.
Okay. Okay. And tell you what I'm going to do. You gave me a waffle.
I gave you a waffle.
I'm going to have that waffle. Tell you what,
Who cooked this waffle?
Hold that for a
Tell
second.
him you cooked this waffle.
Come over here.
My little guy helps me cook.
Pam, put the syrup on.
CB, would you put the syrup? Yes. CB, will you show them he's in charge of pouring the syrup?
Okay, can't
Turn around. You want to do some too? Okay.
All right, here we go. We're putting syrup on my waffle. That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Okay.
And I'm going to have this thing.
This is about as fresh as you get. Comes right off the cooker. Comes right off the cooker, and this is where you get it.
Let me taste this.
You want to help too?
Mmm. That's good syrup. You make a good waffle too.
Thank you.
There. I'm going to finish the waffle Charlie, you have an instrument in your hand. Tell us what part of the process that instrument is.
That's the refractometer, and that we use to test the level of sugar in the sap. What that does is give us an indication of how long it's going to take us to boil, and also how much luck we're going to have and how much syrup we're going to get this year.
This instrument uses on cold sap, right?
Right, we take a drop of sap and we lift the lid, put the drop of sap right in here. Then what we do is we shut it, and then we hold it up to the light and look at it similar to looking in a pair of binoculars. There's a gauge in there that shows us exactly what the syrup level, what the sugar level is in the syrup.
Immediately it tells you.
It tells you immediately, that's correct, yeah. It's the same device they use in vineyards when they're testing the sugar in the grapes to see if it's ready to harvest.
Interesting. You never know it.
No.
Okay. Well, Charlie, we're wrapping up this edition of Southern Country here at this maple syrup farm. Tell us about what's on the table here and the kinds of syrup that we have.
Well, these are our different products, and what we have is we have light syrups to darker syrups and even cooking syrups. The light syrups come in the beginning of the season when the trees are less stressed, and they give a pure product. Towards the end of the season, as we get more stress in the trees, the syrups tend to darken up, and our last product is the cooking syrup, which makes a great glaze on a ham or grilling a chop. Yeah, it's really a nice thing to use.
Interesting. And it's all packaged here, ready for somebody to enjoy it, huh?
It's all packaged and ready to go. That's correct.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on this edition of Southern Country. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.